Deputy President David Mabuza, in his capacity as the chairperson of the Presidential Task Team on Military Veterans, is visiting Mbombela in the Ehlanzeni District in Mpumalanga to engage with provincial government and military veterans associations. The meeting will provide the necessary platform for the task team to assess progress achieved by both the national and Mpumalanga provincial government in addressing the challenges facing the military veterans. For more on this story, let's cross live now to our reporter, Tumelo Machogo. A very good morning to you, Tumelo. What is happening so far? Has the Deputy President arrived?
Good morning, Desiree. The Deputy President has not arrived, but the Deputy President is expected to meet with the Premier and also expected to meet also the Deputy Minister of Military Veteran is also here, expected to meet with these military veterans in the province to find a lasting solution on issues that the military veterans have been raising, especially issues of housing, issues of education, issues of them getting access to healthcare. Those are the issues that they've been raised by military veterans across the country. So they are coming here, the Deputy President is coming here to listen to the military veterans that are in this province to hear about the issues that they want the government to address. But for more on this, let's joined by Sembo Pape. He is the communication director there at the presidency. Now, they just talk to us about the purpose of this visit and talk to us about what have you guys and the Deputy President, why in particular, what has been hearing about when he's going to different provinces, because this is not the first province that he has been to. This is the third province that he has come to.
Well, thank you very much for the opportunity, Tumelo. I think our starting point should be that the Deputy President of the Republic of South Africa, His Excellency David Mabuza, is expected to arrive here at Mbombela at the Shonalanga military base ahead of his interaction with military veterans associations and military veterans themselves, who have in a number of years raised a number of challenges that affects the socio-economic conditions that has to do with lack of proper housing, educational assistance for their beneficiaries as well, issues around pension benefits, and also their entrepreneurial work that they need to perform so that they can meet their own livelihoods. So the Deputy President has been delegated this function by President Cyril Ramaphosa, following a number of marches that they've embarked on and demonstrations that they've embarked on, really to indicate their dissatisfaction in the manner in which a government has not been able to accede to their demands. So then the President has put together this Presidential Task Team on Military Veterans, which is chaired by Deputy President David Mabuza and includes the Minister of Defense and Military Veterans, Mr. Ndimudise, together with his head Deputy Minister for Defense and Military Veterans, Mr. Tabang Makwetla. The main thrust of the establishment of the Presidential Task Team on Military Veterans, chaired by Deputy President Mabuza, it is to work together with all spheres of government in making sure that we build a systematic discipline approach in addressing issues that affect military veterans. Now, there hasn't been enough institutional capacity that has been built within the Department of Military Veterans to accede or help address issues that military veterans are concerned about. Military veterans, you'd know, that have played a very significant role in dismantling, the bastions of apartheid and bringing liberation closer to home. Today, our people can walk tall with pride and dignity due to the fact that military veterans has indeed played this critical role during the liberation struggle. Therefore, it is incumbent upon us as government to ensure that we then make sure that we take care of those that have not been taken care of post the liberation struggle. And it is for this reason that the Deputy President will be arriving here to meet with these military veterans associations and hear them, because it's been crisscrossing the country, as you have said in your intro, that the Deputy President has been in Gauteng, has been in the Eastern Cape, he has met as well with people in Limpopo. to ensure that through this integrated government system or platform, we are able to bring everybody on board from national, provincial and local government. That's why you see now that members of the Executive Council, senior managers here in Mpumalanga province are beginning to arrive so that they are able to make a presentation to the Deputy President and the Presidential Task Team on Military Veterans on progress that they've achieved insofar as addressing the challenges that faces military veterans.
And that they also, we know that these military veterans, they're so scattered across the country. Is it difficult also to get to because now you're calling them, but we know that they are scattered in the country, and most of the time that's why then they're not being assisted by government and they're not getting the help that they say they need the most. Just talk to us about that.
Yeah, no, you're quite right. As I've already also indicated, the fact that due to the vastness, of the provinces, we rely much more on the work that provincial coordinators within the Department of Military Veterans has been doing to ensure that they work within the relevant structures of military veterans associations to ramp up communication and get them on board, because the Deputy President has emphasized that element to say military veterans, all of them have to be part of this process and not just a select few. So it is for this reason that we impress upon the Department of Military Veterans to work together with provincial coordinators in all regions, in all provinces, to ensure that we bring as many as we can. This time we've got a number of almost 243 military veterans that are envisaged to be part of this program. However, the challenge is also the fact that you need to make sure that communication does filter down to all of them. So they are beginning to arrive in drips and drabs. Hopefully we'll be able to meet that expected or envisaged number of military veterans.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much for speaking to us. Desiree, there you have it, military veterans are also coming in there, arriving in drips and forms, trying to get here, actually time to actually meet with the Deputy President and the Deputy Minister and the Premier, Refilwe Mtsweni this morning. The event is expected to start at 10 o'clock, Desiree, so that's when this military veteran will be able to speak to the Deputy President to address their issues that they have been raising, issues of housing, education. Those are the issues that they have been raising a lot about pension, issues of education for their children also, and also issues of making sure that they also have businesses, entrepreneurial opportunities in government. So they also want to do that, but also they want the government to be able to ensure that they also assist these people, especially from the grassroots, from the from municipalities all the way to provincial and to national government, to ensure that these military veterans are being assisted with issues that they have raised in the country.
Tumelo, thank you for bringing us up to speed. Of course, we'll be watching to see what happens when Deputy President David Mabuza actually does get through.